There's a piece of water off the coast of Iran that's 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. You could swim across it in an afternoon. That 21 miles is currently costing the United States close to $1 billion a day. Not because anyone's fighting there, nobody has to. America has one of the largest militaries ever built. And it can't make this problem disappear with force. Because the thing doing the damage isn't a missile, it's a rumor. This is the Strait of Hormuz. Roughly 1/5 of the entire world's oil supply passes through this single channel every day. Every tanker leaving the Gulf has to funnel through it. And here's the part that matters. Iran doesn't have to close it, doesn't have to win a naval battle or sink a single ship. It just has to make insurers and shipping companies believe it might. Here's the part almost nobody remembers. This isn't the first time. Between 1984 and 1988, during the Iran-Iraq War, both sides attacked civilian oil tankers in the Gulf directly. Over 450 ships hit, dozens of sailors killed in what became known as the Tanker War. It got so dangerous that Lloyd's of London, the people who insure basically every ship on Earth, created an entirely new pricing category just for this stretch of water: war risk premiums. That category still exists today. It's still priced against the Gulf specifically. So when a shipping company reacts within hours to rising tension near Hormuz, they're not panicking. They're pricing in a risk that has an actual documented 40-year track record of becoming real. The market doesn't fear Iran hypothetically. It remembers. Once that belief exists, the machine runs itself. Insurers price in war risk, ships slow down or reroute, global supply tightens. Oil futures react within hours, not weeks, over a conflict that, from a shipping company's desk, is happening thousands of miles away. So let's put an actual number on this. Not the abstract version, the real bill, split 4 ways. Before the war, oil was trading in the high 50s a barrel. At the peak of the conflict, Brent crude spiked past $105, a jump of more than 40%. Fed researchers modeled scenarios where a full closure could push prices past $160 a barrel. Line 1, the Pentagon's bill. An estimated $890 million a day in direct military operations at peak. Cumulatively cited at $37.5 billion, still climbing. Line 2, the American household's bill. Independent analysis put the extra fuel cost to U.S. consumers at over $50 billion, more than $400 per household. Money that quietly left people's pockets at the pump. Line 3, the one nobody talks about. Oil and gas companies pocketed an estimated $370 billion in extra profit, purely from wartime price increases. And line 4, the one that doesn't show up as a single number, inflation. Fed researchers modeled the war adding real sustained pressure on both headline and core inflation into 2027, even in the best-case scenario. Translation: this isn't a Defense Department line item. It's a quiet tax on your groceries and your gas tank, whether you've thought about Iran once in your life or not. And that's the entire doctrine, in one sentence. You don't need to win a war to make the other side lose money. You just need to control the one place they can't afford to avoid. I'm calling this the Chokepoint Doctrine. Total strength doesn't automatically win. Control of the one narrow bottleneck everyone else has to pass through beats raw size, almost every time. It's true for a strait. It's also true for a company that controls one critical supplier, one platform, one piece of infrastructure nobody can root around. The lesson isn't about the military, it's about leverage, and leverage almost never comes from being the biggest player in the room. It comes from being the unavoidable one. So here's where I land on this. This was never really a story about who's winning a war. And honestly, I don't think that's a question I can answer for you. What I can tell you is this: a 21-mile strip of water just cost the most powerful military on Earth tens of billions of dollars, without a single shot fired anywhere near it. Geography built the fortress. Belief turned it into a weapon. That's the verdict. If this changed how you think about power, subscribe. Because next up, I'm breaking down a company that ran this exact same playbook, except the choke point wasn't a strait. It was a single supplier nobody outside the industry had ever heard of.